International Monetary Fund (IMF) Wednesday released its October 2024 regional outlook or economic outlook for sub-Saharan Africa under the theme "Reforms Amid Great Expectation." Now, the report highlights uneven growth, tight financial conditions, and the ongoing challenges of poverty in the region, while emphasizing the need for structural reform that boosts resilience and foster sustainable development. Our reporter Khadija Diallo tells us more of that in this report.
The International Monetary Fund has released its flagship biannual publication, the Regional Economic Outlook, focusing on economic developments and prospects in sub-Saharan Africa. The regional outlook serves as a key tool for policymakers offering cross-country analysis to address present economic challenges and shape effective policy responses. The latest edition examines recent economic trends in the region, highlighting the complex landscape of slowing growth, inflationary pressures, and external shocks. It also outlines policy priorities that could help nations navigate these challenges, including fiscal consolidation, structural reforms, and strategies to enhance resilience. Bernard Mendy, economist, IMF's resident representative office in the Gambia, revealed that the country's public debt stands at approximately 1.74 billion, with IMF loans accounting for only 8% of the total debt.
Months ago, our debt stock, public debt stock to be specific, stood at around 1.74 billion, of which the country's exposure to IMF is only 8%. So IMF debt to the exposure, the country's exposure to the IMF, or said another way, the quantum of debt that the Gambia has contracted with the IMF constitutes only 8% of the country's total debt stock. Whereas the remaining 92% is debt contracted with other partners, including bilateral, multilateral, and the domestic stock. Perhaps this helps to tell you that, and also dispel the misconception that the Gambia is being saddled by too much debt by the IMF. Debt to IMF is only 8% of our total debt stock. Overall, growth in the sub-region is projected to be around 3.6%.
While highlighting the key policy challenges outlined in the Regional Economic Outlook, Patrick Giton, IMF country representative, emphasized that there is a need for policymakers to address the outlined issues effectively.
So that means that 60% of the workforce in the Gambia is climate dependent, because agriculture and tourism are very much depending on the climate shocks. So that means that the Gambia is particularly exposed to that risk of climate shocks. And we'll get back to that because there are some, the IMF is supporting countries to try to mitigate these climate shocks. Some other risks are the pandemics, and no need to elaborate on this. The mpox, for instance, has been reported particularly in the domestic Republic of Congo, but in other countries as well, and some outbreak of the Marburg in Rwanda and so forth. There's a risk of a pandemic for this for the region. That's something well known. The volatility in commodity prices, that's something that all countries are facing, and the Gambia included. Think about fuel, think about rice. These are commodities, and the fluctuation of these prices are affecting the Gambia.
The International Monetary Fund continues to support African countries, including the Gambia, in recovering from severe global shocks. The latest intervention aims to help revive the country's struggling economy, and the October 2024 Regional Economic Outlook provides crucial guidance for local policymakers, emphasizing the importance of robust economic planning to mitigate local challenges and seize growth opportunities. The report projects sub-Saharan Africa's growth at 3.6% for 2024, unchanged from 2023, with a modest increase to 4.2% expected in 2025. It underscores the IMF's commitment to fostering economic stability and long-term development in the region through tailored evidence-based recommendations. For African News, Khadija Diallo.